Hi, this is Alex with LAFilm School. Here to talk to you about my Shading and Lighting 1 class. This will be my final week and actually my final hour. And first part we're going to talk about is our first week's project, end week project. This is what it was, kind of an environmental puzzle that we had to put together. Started out with nothing over here but the green. We were given all of these objects to place on here. I did not create any of this, but I did get to move these things around. We were being taught basically hit W, you transform things, you move this up and down, hit E, you can rotate it around. Or you can make it bigger, make it smaller. But anyway, it was a practice project to teach us how to use Maya. We had reference images to make sure that this all looked the way that it was supposed to according to the images that they gave us. And I really liked this project. It was one of my favorites. I actually have a couple other ones that I've been working on too. I would say probably one of the most challenging parts of this project is just to make sure that everything looked exactly like the reference images. This, making sure that it was facing this direction, not just like that, not just tweaked or anything, but exactly where it was supposed to be. This part here, making sure that it was perfectly above ground. I honestly found the easiest way to do that was looking at the reference images and comparing this to these little bumps over here. Getting the twist on this bow and arrow here was probably one of the most challenging parts of this one. But I just used the shadows. The way that this sat and was tweaked up against this. But that was that. They gave us additional stuff, and which I used. I added some of these apples. Just they told us to make a story. I love stories, so kind of thought, maybe we had an apple that fell down over here. Maybe he had a bone or an arrow that kind of bounced off the tree. He was over here cutting some firewood. Honestly, I thought this was a pond. During my critique, they said little green field or something like that, and I honestly thought it was a pond. So I put some lilies on top. Some little fronds sticking out of the water. We're going to pretend like it's a pond. No, little apple might have fallen out of the basket, fallen into it. It's just a little project that I really enjoyed. I might not have had a person in there, but it sure looks like I did, so I had fun with it. The week after was this one. I didn't create any of this again, and this was the movement of the camera. And I love scary movies, so I had a lot of fun with the angling of the camera through this. I came up, twisted, and looked down at the same time. I thought it made it look real good and creepy. But this part was challenging and missing the door. I actually had to have it open on one end while I was watching the video, and then on the other end I had it open with a perspective so that I could actually see that my camera did not run its face into the door. But I had a lot of fun with this one too. And that I really enjoyed was the lighting of the fatigue here. This one was my favorite. Kind of an 80s style. This down here where you see it's kind of white was actually a shade of yellow, but once I kind of lightened it up there, it kind of went a little bit whiter, but it looked a lot better up here too. So, this is the monochromatic, just different shades. I hated this one. And I tried different colors too. I just didn't like the way that it looks bland. But it actually, it turned out well for me. I just don't like the type of coloring. It's also one of my favorites. I like how, well, complimentary as you can see, but I liked how this could make it look brighter. I actually had switched these colors originally, but it just didn't look as dramatic as having this yellowy orange just kind of bam up into her face like that. Okay, and my final project will be here. Now this was not it. This was the first week's where I got my critique. Still have to lighten her up a bit. I know the reason why I had her dark like this is because she's supposed to be looking up into the night sky out of this telescope here, and realistically, she wouldn't be really lit up, but obviously in cartoons and stuff, you actually want your subject lit. So yeah, that really kind of bothered me. But I did like the pinks in here. I had a street light down this way, kind of pointing up, but it wasn't very bright. And I did have additional moonlight up here. As you can see, her face is a little bit lit. It just wasn't bright enough. So I turn that into this. I added an instructor said to pick one of my favorites out of this and to kind of try and add it into this. So I went ahead and picked this one. And so we've got some of these colors here, this kind of turquoisey color. The magenta is still there, but I added this as kind of like a lamp that was kind of pointed from over here, pointed out this way, kind of lit this up. I have another lamp over here doing the same thing, just not as big as this one. I added what I call the cell phone light. I figured if she's going to be outside, she'll probably have her cell phone out there too. And it's kind of lighting this up here with that turquoise color. It's just a little bit brighter shade than these two over here. And it kind of hit up here. And that street light that was over here, I brightened that up a bit so you can see some of that yellow right there. I got her moonlight shining down, definitely making her face look a lot brighter and definitely lighting her person a lot better. Let's take a look. In Maya, see right here, there's that street light that I called it. And here's the moonlight. You see the cell phone down here. And on the inside, I would say the hardest part of this project was the second lamp. This is the magenta one. Magenta one. This first lamp was a breeze. Absolutely, it was perfect. But this other one right here, I was going to be that. Here, I'll show you. Yeah. This one right there. It's the same shade. It's just a little bit lighter, I think it was. But it just, I had it too high. I had it too low. I had it too close. I had it too bright. I had it too. I had to do everything. It was just crazy. It took me an hour to fix that one because when you're looking at it, this cell phone light here is really good. It's highlighting, it's making, you can see, the way she is. It's got nice little pretty highlights here, nice pretty highlight there, but this and this is the same color, just a different shade. So it was really just kind of blending in too much right there, and it was really driving me crazy. But aside from that, I had a lot of fun with this project. And what is that? A total of 2, 4, 6, 7 lights. It took 2 hours to render, but it actually turned out a lot better than that one. Okay, so that is my final project. Thank you very much.